Warning, the player selections you're about to see may flop miserably. FPL TV cannot be held responsible for any of your own transfer shockers. Please, FPL responsibly.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Point Predictor, the series where I predict 5 players that I think will score points in the upcoming FPL game week. I can only choose one player per club, and I must follow the categories shown on screen. Before making predictions for Game Week 5, a very quick word about OneFootball, who have kindly sponsored this video. The world's best football news app is now even better, relaunching with a fresh new design. Gain access to news, scores and stats from leagues all over the world, with a brand new interface that's cleaner, simpler and smarter than ever. As for FPL, you can follow each team in the Premier League and get live updates from all the goals and assists every game week. Download it for free using the link in the description box below. So for the previous game week, Game Week 4, it was a mediocre 2 out of 5 correct predictions. Dominic Calvert-Lewin continued his fine run of form, and Roman Saiz picked up a clean sheet and 2 bonus points against a pretty toothless Fulham. Barnes was very unlucky to have a goal ruled out for offside, and De Bruyne did hit the post against Leeds. So some close calls there, but Danny Ings blanking at home to West Brom was certainly a disappointment. Let's move on to Game Week 5 now and check out my predictions for the upcoming weekend. My defensive choice for Game Week 5 goes to the budget-friendly Stuart Dallas of Leeds. With clean sheets currently so hard to come by in the Premier League, I've looked for a defender with outstanding attacking stats, and the Leeds man definitely has that. In the opening 4 game weeks of this season, no defender has had more shots on target than Dallas, with 4. He's also joint top for defenders on big chances with 2, and despite not scoring yet, also boasts the highest expected goals for defenders on 1.21. These are very promising stats for the versatile defender, who can sometimes be utilised in midfield for Leeds. As for clean sheet potential, well, Leeds haven't been that convincing defensively so far, but they do face a Wolves side that have only scored 1 goal in the last 2 games, and just 4 goals in total. Only Burnley, Fulham and Sheffield United have scored less. For the budget midfielder in Game Week 5, below the price of 8 million, this was a very difficult choice this week between Zaha against Brighton or Jack Grealish against Leicester. These two were very hard to separate, but based on Grealish's last performance in that 7-2 win against the champions, he was simply too hard to ignore. Of course, he's not going to score 24 points every game, and that 7-2 victory is certainly a bit of a freak result. But there's no doubting that Villa have been really impressive in the opening to this season, winning all 3 of their games so far. Aston Villa face Leicester in Game Week 5, definitely a tough fixture, but the Foxes haven't defended that well so far this season, and head into this game with both their main centre-backs Evans and Soyuncu being slight doubts. And if either of those 2 are absent, then that only increases the appeal of Grealish this weekend. For the any-priced midfielder in Game Week 5, I've defaulted to Mo Salah, a difficult fixture away to Everton, but a usually reliable and safe option. The Egyptian has looked on fire in the opening 4 game weeks, and already has 5 goals and an assist to his name. When looking at the underlying statistics for the Point Predictor, Mo Salah is always a player that jumps off the page, and it's been no different this season. In the opening 4 game weeks, Salah has had the most shots of any player so far with 19. 15 of these came inside the box as well, and that too is the most in the league. Not only is he right up there in terms of goal threat, but also for creativity as well, because Mo Salah's 14 chances created this season also sees him top, joint first with De Bruyne. The Merseyside derby is always an unpredictable fixture, and in recent history they have tended to be more often low scoring, and that's the only thing that slightly puts me off the Egyptian king this week. Even so, low scoring games isn't something we've seen much of so far this season, and Everton may come into this fixture with a few defensive injuries, with players like Luca Digne, Yerry Mina and Seamus Coleman all listed as slight injury concerns by FPL. For the budget forward, below the price of 8 million, this category was no doubt the most difficult this week, because there's plenty of good options in Game Week 5. The 3 players I struggled to choose between were Neal Maupay against Palace, West Ham's Antonio, who loves a goal against Spurs, or the in-form Callum Wilson. All 3 look to be very good shouts for this weekend, but I've selected Wilson because it just feels like a very good time to play Man United. The Red Devils have really struggled in their opening 3 games, and despite playing 1 game less than most teams in the league so far, they've still managed to concede the second most goals on 11. Notably, they've also conceded 14 big chances, the most of any team. These defensive numbers do not look good for United, who may also be without Harry Maguire for this fixture, and in the poor form that he's currently in, it's hard to say whether that's a good thing or bad. Callum Wilson heads into this fixture in superb form, netting 4 goals already this season, with returns in 3 of the 4 game weeks. He's also on penalties, and in this current climate, that's always a big bonus too. My forward of any price this weekend goes to Harry Kane. The England striker has been in exceptional form to begin this season, and after just 4 game weeks, currently sits as the highest scoring forward in FPL on 44. He's returned points in all but 1 of the game weeks so far, scoring 3 goals and producing an even more impressive 6 assists. And that's what makes Kane so appealing at the moment, because not only does he offer the usual deadly finishing, goal threat and penalties, but in this current role he also brings assist potential to the table. And with the in-form Son running off him, Kane is now able to show his very impressive passing range as well. Spurs face West Ham in Gameweek 5, and if there's one game that West Ham turn up for, it's this fixture against Tottenham. They've also defended very well in recent games, so a return from Kane certainly isn't guaranteed. But even so, Kane still remains a logical and very solid option for this game week and beyond, and does boast a very good record in London derbies especially. So that's my 5-point predictor picks for Game Week 5. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if so, be sure to leave a like and most importantly get subscribed to FPL TV. You can also hit the notification bell so you always know when a new video goes live. Good luck to all of you watching for Game Week 5, FPL responsibly, and I'll catch you all next week.